So our next topic for tomorrow in educational psychology is going to be perception. In our last class, we have learned about mental processes, and tomorrow we are going to look into one of these mental processes, perception. Now quickly we will have a small glance about the topic. The word perception in simple English, refers to our ability to see, hear or become aware about something through our sense organs. Now look at these two pictures. What do you understand or see in these pictures? Here two people are describing the same image in two different ways, and both of them are correct according to what they are observing. This is called perception. Okay, these two people are observing and understanding and describing things according to what they are perceiving. The whole process of observation and understanding is called perception. So basically, perception is the sensorial input that our brain receives in a state of alertness, and the processing of these information based on many factors like age, culture, previous experience, etc. So we will be learning in our next session in detail about what is perception, the definition and example of perception, the nature of perception, types of perception, some basic principles of perception, and history about it, that is how this concept got evolved, and also errors of perception, and finally application of these concepts. For psychology students, these concepts are very useful and in understanding treatments and assessments of mental conditions like hallucinations, halo effect, etc. We will also be understanding how perception affects learning and how concepts of perception can be applied with learning and learning disabilities. See, many studies are still evolving, and perception is becoming a very important factor in understanding autistic adaptive disorders and how simple corrective techniques can help children, adults, and to function better. Now, these concepts are useful in improving imaginative skills in children. For example, children do not understand danger around them, right? With training, they may develop the ability to perceive dangerous situations in life. Now, teachers can use these concepts and theories to teach effectively. General issues like reversal, symbol identification, like addition and division, etc. Or maybe more complex ones like board copying, book reading, etc. can be corrected by just simple understanding and solving of perceptual errors in children. Now said that sometimes learning issues can be due to some other reasons also. It need not be perceptual reasons. Now in our daily lives, we can use these concepts for better understanding of one's own self and also others. Perception is the first and the foremost interaction of any individual with things around them, that is the immediate environment. So any error in perception can lead to disturbance in our day-to-day life also, right? Whether we are talking about our relationships or about our personal ideas, about things or about anything that we perceive with our five senses, perception plays a very, very important role, isn't it? Now, as a teacher or a learner, perception and imagination is a very important factor in the whole learning process. So we will be discussing all these in our next session.